Did you know that new studies found loneliness to be more hazardous to our health than other more prominent illnesses? Its effects on the body have been equated to smoking 15 cigarettes per day. And loneliness is now treated as a serious health issue with increased mortality. So, what is loneliness? People often categorize solitude and loneliness as being the same thing. Solitude is being alone in a state of peace and calm and not feeling lonely, whereas loneliness stems from the feeling of sadness, of being cut off from or feeling isolated. It brings on a feeling of desolation, which in turn impacts the mental and emotional health of the person, as well as their physical health. It weighs on the mind of the person, and they begin to experience health issues such as chronic fatigue, insomnia, a suppressed immune system. Stress is a big one, inflammation, even increased blood pressure, and loneliness often precedes depression. So let's get to the core of the matter. What if loneliness was linked to the gut and its microbial diversity? In more recent studies on the link between loneliness, depression, and microbial diversity, results found lower levels of the feeling of loneliness and higher levels of wisdom and compassion, as well as social interaction associated to those with a rich and diverse gut microbiome. Interesting. This means that the higher and more diverse strains of good bacteria in the gut, the more the person felt a sense of wellness and very little feelings of loneliness or depression. Therefore, the state of one's microbiome can either increase or decrease risks of depression, anxiety, and loneliness, because it is your gut that creates the neurotransmitters that are sent to and received by the brain cells. That is the physical body aspect of loneliness. Let's briefly explore the spiritual aspect of loneliness. First, let me ask, what is the root of loneliness? What is a person actually seeking in loneliness that they feel cut off and isolated from? The answer is connection. However, one can feel absolutely lonely in a house full of family members, while socializing in a large group of friends, or even with a partner or a spouse. We have been programmed out of what connection truly is. We are taught to focus on the physical, on fun, on activities, on socializing, an intimate partner, on distraction. We're never encouraged to go within and connect with our soul, or the stillness, the one presence within us, that which is the energy and essence of the creative principle, the God principle. We're not separate from it. That's like saying a thimbleful of the ocean is separate from the ocean itself. It's the same ocean. It's just in a thimble. And this is what we're always seeking. We have been turned away from the connection of our soul. And so we always seek it. When we cannot connect with the energy of our soul, of ourselves, we enter a kind of sadness and desolation, seeking it in or from others. and especially from social media. And it becomes an addiction, taking us further away from our true selves. Now, some people go into deep loneliness or grief when they have lost someone they felt connected to, either through a breakup, a divorce, or the person transcended out of this physical world. What is not understood here is that the person they, in quotations, lost had touched, magnified, or mirrored to them the essence of their own soul. Once the person is gone, that connection to their soul is seemingly lost because the individual has not yet understood or reconnected to it consciously. If you have experienced loss and feeling deep grief, look to see what part of yourself that particular individual was holding up as a mirror to show you in yourself, and reconnect to that love within you. It has remained, it cannot leave, because it is the loving essence of your true soul. Now, regarding the gut-brain axis, we can repopulate and heal our gut microbiome and eliminate the ways we're destroying it minute by minute, daily. I have outlined extensively the 5 phases of healing the gut microbiome in my recent ebook, The Simple Reason Diets Fail, with instructions. And I will post the link below this video where you can access it. Another is serotonin, which I discussed in the previous sleep deprivation video on this channel. Serotonin is critical because 95% of it is produced in the gut, and it is needed for the neurotransmitters to communicate from the gut up to the brain. Serotonin deficiency translates to inflammation, leaky gut, SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, memory loss, insomnia, loneliness, and depression, among others. Now, regular exercise is very critical, especially dancing. You can also do Qigong, Tai Chi, or even chair yoga. And these videos can be found on YouTube or other places on the internet. Sun exposure will also assist greatly. Now, finally, foods play a huge part in loneliness and depression, and I will cover that subject in an upcoming video. So today, or some moment in your days, sit in silence, quiet the mind, focus on your inner soul essence, and reconnect to your true self, because that is what we're always seeking in everything we do. Take care. Until next time.